Hi parents, this is Mr. Dempsey. Sorry I can't be with you for back to school night tonight, but I wanted to make a quick video just to walk you through some of the things that I'd be able to share with you all if I was able to make it tonight. First of all, I'll bring up a copy of the syllabus, which is on my teacher page. Kind of goes through the content of the course, what students can expect, how they'll be graded, and then of course down at the bottom here you can see the AP Statistics exam if they want to sit for that. Is going to be May 16th in 2019. Everybody, I think, at this point does have a graphing calculator. Either they have their own or they've borrowed one from me if they needed to. So I don't think that's an issue in any way. So like I said, a copy of the syllabus will be on the on my teacher page if you want to look at it in more detail. Also, another thing that I wanted to draw your attention to is their opportunity to get dual credit at Camden County College. So that's where I'm going to take us to my teacher page, and this would be a good resource for your students to use, and even for yourselves if you want to keep up with things that are going on. And in fact, I suppose just to access this video, you probably went to my teacher page, so you should be somewhat familiar with it. If they go to my teacher page under Washington Township High School, see, we'll scroll down and find my name. That's just a regular WTPS.org site, and go to teacher pages and you'll find my name. And when you click on AP Statistics, you'll see this link, dual credit. Okay, I'm going to come back to this link in a minute, but AP dual credit, if you click on that link, the document here, the brochure, to kind of give you a rundown, you can zoom in on that and take a look at what that entails. Again, if they get a B or better in my class, which most of my students do, if they are in class and stick with it and do their best, they should be able to get that good of a score in the class. So that's also on my teacher page there. So again, I'm going to go back to the welcome part of my teacher page because I want to run through a few things there. When folks click on AP Statistics there, pretty much everything they need to keep pace with our class is going to be right here. One of the things that they started to figure out after our first chapter, we had our first test, was there's a lot of things that are due or that they need to have completed on the day of the test. So for example, this coming Monday, we'll have the Chapter 2 test. So if they click here where you see Chapter 2 learning objectives, it's going to open up a whole bunch of helpful stuff for them. Okay, these are all the notes, 2.1, 2.2, and then some 2.2 practice worksheet answers that if they wanted to study for the test, I call these the Reader's Digest notes. So they're not a lot of hands-on activities, but sort of highlight all the topics that we would cover in any given chapter. So on the day of the test, these learning objectives will be due. There's about a dozen problems or so. They're at the end of the chapter. And what I like them to do is everybody gets a copy of this learning objective sheet. If they, they suppose they want to review percentiles or finding a value in a distribution, they'll look at that learning objective. They find the example on page 86 that they can look at, and then they try the problem, the review problem. All of these answers are in the back of the book. Okay, so I know that they can check their answers and see how they did, and then I wanted to put either a check mark here or a question mark or circle it so that if they had a question, we can review that on Friday before the test. Again, these are not due until Monday, but if they have questions, it'd probably be a good idea for them to work through some of them by Friday if they want to have questions for the review on Friday before the test. But I actually collect them the day of the test in case they want to use it to review for the test on Monday. So this counts as a homework grade, but like I said, the answers are in the back of the book. So I don't count as to whether they got stuff correct. If they have question marks or circles or they really struggle with something, as long as they made an attempt at it, I will give them full credit for these learning objectives. Okay, so that's one homework assignment that's due on the day of the test. The second homework assignment will be a multiple choice test that I put in PowerSchool. Okay, so it's 10 multiple choice questions usually, and that one is scored for whether they get the solutions correct or not. However, they do get 2 attempts. So if they don't do well on their first attempt, I generally encourage them to sit with me for their second attempt, and they ought to be able to get 10 out of 10 if I'm working with them on their second attempt. So they get 2 attempts at that. So that homework assignment is due as well. And finally, the other thing that they would want to have done for the day of any test, this is separate, is their online quiz. So again, when they click on AP Statistics, immediately you see this link. Here is the link to our online quizzes. Okay, and we've already set these up. We went through this one time with Chapter 1. When they click on this link, it takes them to our online textbook, and it'll show if Chapter 2 is assigned, the online quiz will be assigned in there. They'll be able to click on it, and as long as they complete it, I mean, if they just run through and fill in the answers, I can't give them credit for that. But as long as they, spend some time on it, it's going to be, number one, it's going to be good review for them. It's multiple choice questions. It'll help them review for the test. But then number two, I will automatically just add 5 points to their test grade. Okay, so every day of the test, they have those 3 things that they're going to want to have completed, and that will really, really help them. If they really put the effort into working on those learning objectives, if they do the multiple choice homework assignment, and they complete the online quiz for the extra credit, they'll be in really good shape. I mean, that's in addition to being in class and all the hands-on practice that we get when we meet together in class. They should be well prepared for test day. So again, my contact information you can find on the syllabus, and that's also on my teacher page. It's probably best to just email me. I don't know that I'll be able to get to the voicemail regularly, but my contact information is up here. But yeah, mdempsey@wtps.org. If you email me there, I will get back to you right away. So once again, I'm sorry I couldn't be with you all tonight. I really enjoy meeting you on back to school night. But again, if you need anything or get in touch with me, don't be afraid to reach out. Hope we have a great year. Thanks.